want to stay away from the insecure friends because they will drag you down. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my
As you know my passion, it's hard to be open. I just leave it in the past, they talking about oh shit. Nonchalant, you thinking I got no emotions, but girl I got motion, but baby unspoken.
My name is Destiny D, for those of you who do not know me or you might be new here. I make content on mental health and wellness, how to become your best self, and just things to give the girls. I'm here for the girls, guys, gays, whatever. I don't discriminate. So in today's video, I want to talk about the art of female friendship. Me, just like any other woman, has been through the ringer when it comes to having other women as friends. This is something that I've struggled with my entire life. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the art of female friendship. I think when it comes to the art of female friendship, there are many different archetypes. Raise your hand if you've ever had a friend that's been in secret competition with you. Yeah, we all have. And the crazy thing about it is you would never know you're in competition until it's brought up, because that whole time you were just in your own lane and you have somebody that is measuring your success, that is belittling everything you do, that is always trying to one up you or keeping tally. And it's just like, where did this weird behavior come from? Like, I don't know about y'all, but if I have a friend that's doing well, I don't take that as that's my competition. I take that as that is my motivation. I've come across so many women who I've shared the same room with and I saw their light and I'm like, yo, this person is dope as fuck. Like, it never made me feel insecure about myself. It never made me feel like I wasn't doing enough. It never made me feel like I need to have competition with that girl. No, it made me feel like, oh shit, like this girl is the shit. Like, damn, I gotta get on my Zoom. Like, this is motivation. That is somebody that I want to aspire to be like. I want to get on her level so I could sit at the same table as her. Having friends that are in secret competition is so scary, because who told you that I was your enemy? If you're someone like me, then you know, like, never see my friend as my competition. Like, that's weird. There is the friendship where one person overly admires you. And when I say admire, I know some people might be thinking, well, this is my friend, they should like me, they should admire me. There are two types of admiration. There's admiration to inspire and there's admiration to become. It is super dangerous to come across a friend that admires you to the point they want to become you. I have dealt with people that wanted proximity to me, wanted closeness to me, so they can copy my style or so they can feed off of my creativity, off of what I put in, off of my personality. When people know that your personality is super authentic, it becomes a threat to them. They want close proximity to you, but they don't want you to overshine them. They don't want you to be that light in the room. So they start becoming hateful of who you are, even though you've always worn who you are on your sleeve. They loved it at first, but once they realize that you cannot be controlled, or you are literally one of one in terms of you think for yourself, you don't need to get approval, you are authentically yourself, you show up as yourself every single time. There are people that admire that about you, but they hate it about you because it comes so easily for you. You don't have to try, right? So your personality becomes a threat. That is why it is so important to stay away from people that almost desire you, or I don't know the correct term, but they are so obsessive over you. And it's not in like, oh my god, I'm obsessed with my best friend. It's like, this is my best friend and I love everything she does, to the point where I'm gonna slowly become her and I'm gonna hate her because she's authentically her and I have to go the extra route to become her. That is dangerous. Like, I've been there, trust me. While we're talking about the art of female friendship, we also need to talk about the spiritual side of female friendship. We need to talk about the energy that transmits. So the first archetype I want to talk about is the energy drainer. You'll have a friend that drains your energy every single time. Negativity becomes their second nature. Complaining is their second language, and it is like so draining to be around this friend, but you love this friend so much and you can always see the good in this friend. That is a friend that you need to run away from, because that person will not only drain you, but they're draining the entire room, right? It creates a negative aura. It creates an imbalance almost. I cannot count how many times I've tried to step in and be the positive friend, or just feeling uneasy like after I leave someone's presence, and I try to blame it on every other aspect, like no, maybe the food wasn't good, or no, maybe this happened, maybe it was the weather, when in all reality it was that person's energy that was draining me. If you are an empath, if you are somebody that's super empathetic, it is so detrimental to be around somebody that does not spiritually align with you, because one thing about God is that
if God don't do it,
he will show you. You will feel, especially when God gives you that discernment, you will feel when you are not meant to be around this person. With the energy drainer, you're constantly pouring into them. So then that's why you leave feeling, traumatized, or you feel a little bit icky. The reason you need to have discernment in friendships is because the enemy will always try to attack. And I'm going to get spiritual real quick, but he will always try to attack. He will always try to send someone that is not for you, but may present like they are so well, right? You got to remember, the devil was also once an angel. So distraction is a big thing, and you will never feel whole with that person. You will never feel like you can be yourself with that person. You will never feel safe. Sometimes we feel so comfortable with our friends that we don't realize they're red flags. And one red flag that I always point out is, can I feel safe leaving a room and feeling like I'm not going to be talked about? That is one thing that I had to sit back and reflect, because there has been times where someone has left the room and a conversation starts about that person, and I realize this same thing can happen to me. If you watch your friend be buddy with somebody that's in the same room as you, and that person left the room and they're talking shit about that person, you think that won't happen to you? You think the same thing's not happening to you? A friend to all is a friend to none. The best way to spot out those red flags is just seeing how they interact with other people. Do they talk about people when they leave the room? Do they make you feel small when you're meant to be big? Do they downplay your accomplishments? Do they give you compliments? Do they make you feel good internally without anything, just their presence? Can I be quiet in a room with this friend and not say anything, go silent for hours, and not feel like, oh my god, what am I gonna say next? These thoughts are running through my head. Like, can you just chill? How does your nervous system feel when you're around this friend? How does it feel? Are you nervous? I always want to evaluate that person's values. Like, do we share the same goals? Do we have similar interests? Do we have similar styles? And I think you could be friends with somebody that has a different style than you. I've met so many people who I thought were dope, and their whole niche, their whole aesthetic, their whole self was different than me, but their soul was amazing. Like, can we talk about coming into terms with good souls? It feels so rare, and when you do meet somebody with a good soul, with a similar soul, and you guys see each other for who you are, it is so beautiful. Sometimes it feels so rare when you meet somebody with an alike mind, with an alike soul, with a good soul. You can always tell their discernment because you feel so safe around them. You feel like you could tell and say anything without them being judged. You don't have second thoughts. You can leave their presence knowing, wow, I felt safe. I've come across beautiful friendships like that. That's why I'm not I hate women can't be friends. No, I think that women can be friends, but it is up to women as individuals to find our own security. I think the most dangerous thing you can do is befriend someone that is heavily insecure. We all have our insecurities. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I'm the most perfect person and I don't have my insecurities. No, insecurities get very dangerous when they start projecting, when they start making funny comments towards you, or degrading your character, or just not being able to amp you up or do what a friend does, uplift you because they are so insecure. I think that is something that is so damaging, because if you're an empath, you kind of suck up other people's frequencies very easily, especially if you're claiming them as your friend. You might be around somebody that always talks bad about themselves, always talks bad about other people, always points out a flaw. It's just never content, and complaining becomes their second language. And you want to stay away from the insecure friends because they will drag you down. I'm at a point in my life where I guarded my heart so much that I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I do have PTSD when it comes to friendships. And I still think that female friendships should be beautiful. It should be a beautiful thing. I think when two secure people with secure attachment styles coming together and becoming friends is a beautiful thing. Like, it really does take a village. And I'm not gonna come on here and be like, fuck these bitches, I hate bitches, yada yada yada, fuck all y'all. No, I think when friendship is done right, it can be so beautiful. And it's supposed to be beautiful. But as women, if we are insecure about something, if we have malicious intent, if we can't at our core understand our own selves, we cannot enter friendships with people that are confident in themselves, that have a good head on their shoulders, because it is so hurtful and detrimental to people that want to genuinely love you and pour into you and be a good friend. It is draining. You have to learn how to be a good friend. I think it's so scary when you can have sleepovers with people, when you can build a whole life having friends in it, planning your life around certain people being in your life, coming to find out that they hate you or like they find you as a threat. That is so exhausting. It's hurtful. Honestly, it's so hurtful. And I don't want to get emotional, but I think for me, I've always led my interactions, my communications, my conversations with good intentions. Like, I've never wished bad intentions on anybody. Sometimes with friendship breakups, it hurts a way where you process the level of betrayal, the level of inconsistency with someone you once called your best friend or someone you thought was going to be in life forever. It kind of makes you think, is that what you think of me? Like, is that how you think I operate? It's scary. Like, it's a scary thing. You can always tell when a friend is a monitoring spirit. They always know what you're doing. They know every single thing about you, but they won't like, they won't compliment, they won't comment. I don't care. If you're my friend and you're not liking and commenting on my stuff, I'm gonna side eye you. And before you say, oh, I don't have to like all her stuff, I know her in real life. Yeah, because you know me in real life, you should be liking my stuff because you're my bitch. If I'm putting myself out there, obviously I want people in my corner. I don't know about y'all. Y'all could do the half friendships and stuff like that. And I know we get busy and not everything's about social media. So right now it sounds like I'm contradicting myself. But if you have the time, support your friend genuinely. Learn how to be a good friend. The thing is, you can always tell when you're outgrowing a friendship. Conversations don't feel the same anymore. You guys don't share the same values anymore. Maybe you're always having like gossip sessions instead of talking about something productive or catching up on things that don't really matter to you anymore. And that's okay. I think sometimes we outgrow friendships, and outgrowing friendships is a part of life. A lot of the times people think that when you outgrow a friendship that there's beef or, you know, we ended on bad terms. I think when friendship is done right, you can leave on neutral terms. That's my pet peeve. Like, I don't think that friendship should end on bad terms. If the friendship is worth fighting for, then a conversation should be had. You guys should be able to communicate effectively. We always talk about communication and how communication is key, but are you really communicating that, hey, this friendship isn't really working? There are some people that have avoidant attachment styles. I don't know why this video is so hard to make. Like, I've been through so much with my friends, and people just have this idea that if none of your friendships work out, then you're the problem. And I think that in some cases that could be 100% true. Sometimes the person with no friends has been through so much with other people that they just decided to take a step back and really evaluate what it is that they want in a friend, evaluate themselves. Am I setting those boundaries? Am I speaking up for myself? I want a friend that I want to feel safe with. I want a friend that I know I could talk to you and you're not going to other people. I want a friend that's not in taking competition with me. I want a friend that won't embarrass me in front of other men. I want those friends that when you're around guys, all of a sudden you become the butt of the joke. That's happened to me. I know that in each of my friendships, I've never led with bad intentions. Like, I've always genuinely wanted to see the best things happen for my homegirls. I want a friend that doesn't prey on my downfalls, that supports me through and through, because I think this world is so tough doing it alone. Why can't I have a friend to share this world with? The same way that I uphold romantic relationships, I think we should all have those platonic friendships in the same way. And I was like, I don't want to make this video, and I know, you know, all the ops are watching and whatever, but this is my truth, and I think this is so many other people's truth too. You deserve a friend that is going to show up for you. You deserve a friend that's going to support you in anything you do, but you also deserve a friend that's going to tell you right from wrong. They don't need to kiss your ass. They don't need to, you know, be up your ass all the time. We are friends. We are not lovers. That's another video for another time. When you find out you have a friend that is jealous of you, and it's like, damn, like, ew, jealousy is a sin. It is a sin. Envy is a sin. You deserve a friendship that makes you feel safe. You deserve to be uplifted. You deserve to have somebody you could share a spotlight with. Understand that I see you. You are valued. You are on the road to becoming your best selves. And when you're on the road to being your best self, sometimes it can get lonely and you crave friendship. And trust me, I get it. However, you have to be a good steward with what God blesses you with. If you have a friend that is so good to you, that you care about, that shows you that femininity is beautiful and just being around other women is beautiful, make sure you hold on to that friend and you show their appreciation. If you're in a stage where you don't know if this person is your friend or not, or you're constantly questioning it, or your energy feels off, or something bad is always happening when you're around this friend, then maybe you should ask God, hey, show me, is this my friend, is it not? And, you know, have that conversation. Not every friend is meant to be there for every single thing. Like, you don't need one friend to do every single thing, because we evolve. We have different friends for different things. I believe that that is how you keep a good circle, a good community, right? If you know your friend has strengths in this area, then you use that friend for this thing. And I don't mean just use them because they can do that one thing. No, obviously build rapport, build that connection with them. But I'm saying not everybody is meant to go the places that you are going. And I know it hurts, and I know that you can feel so lost and by yourselves, but there are good souls, and friendship is a beautiful thing, and you're not alone. Trust me, there's so many other women that are like, you know what, I don't need no more friends, like, I'm good, trust me, I get it. But your community will come, and continue to work on yourself. Be a best version of you. Be the friend that you want. Be the person that uplifts other people, and ask God that you'll get that in abundance. You'll get it in return. If you related to this video in any way, please make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel, because I will be having way more chit chats like this, way more sit downs, way more honesty, way more vulnerability. This is the channel for you. So thank you so much for watching this video. I love you. I see you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.